so nice. I am so nice. I am so nice.
Hi guys, welcome to Chairs
and Benches.
I'm Nayoka.
And I'm Brittany.
And the buzz of the week is, was Nick Cannon wrong?
Yes, guys.
It's been all over the media,
Yeah.
like this whole story. So we're gonna talk about it and give our opinions on what took place.
Yes.
So the backstory is that ViacomCBS, which is a parent company of VH1 and MTV, has fired Nick Cannon from his own show, The Wilding Out. So they had a long going relationship over the years since the late 90s, and they have decided to fire him. Also, his show that should have been aired this year on Fox, his daytime TV show, is postponed until further notice because he said this.
We are the Semitic people. When we are the same people that who they want to be, that's our birthright.
And this sparked a lot of outrage because his commentary was anti-Semitic. According to the dictionary, it means hostility or prejudice against Jews. Alright guys, so that's the dictionary meaning.
Right. So that's nothing good. As you guys can tell from the definition, Nick Cannon actually offended the Jewish community. And just like how the N-word affects us as black people, we can't be going out and offending another group of people because that would just not make sense. So pretty much anti-Semitic, and this was placed on the Jews by white supremacists to make them feel inferior because they were seen as a darker race. And we all know, or we should probably do some research if we don't know, the whole history of what the Jewish people had to endure in the past based on this anti-Semitic stigma. So pretty much this is what he's been called out for.
Yeah, and I think he really failed to articulate the meaning behind what he was trying to say.
Yeah, I feel like Nick Cannon was definitely wrong in our opinion. Comment down below and let us know if you guys think Nick Cannon was wrong for what he had said or not, but I think he was definitely wrong for what he said based on the fact that knowing what we know now, because to be honest, I did not know that this was an offensive term towards a Jew, and an offensive experience for them. I'm not sure if Nick Cannon actually knew that he was being insensitive or misinformed, but at the end of the day, he did wrong. So that is what happened, bottom line, period.
And I feel like in our current climate, with all eyes on us as the black community, what we're trying to accomplish is unity and equality, right? And I feel like no, it's not the time to compare genetic inferiority as Nick was doing here.
That's the melanin that connects us.
Right.
So the people that don't have it are a little, and I'm gonna say this carefully, are a little less. They had to be savages. They had to be barbaric. Because they're in these Nordic mountains. They're in these rough, torrential environments. So they're acting as animals.
Yeah, so as Britts said, describing each other and trying to figure out who is more inferior by scientific measures is exactly what white supremacists did to black people. They actually differentiated us or made us to be inferior because of the color of our skin. So in turn, we don't want to fight fire with fire. We don't want to be doing the same exact thing that was done to us because that would most likely not
Defeating the purpose.
Right. So right now we're fighting for unity. One thing that I must say while I'm on this journey and learning and healing myself is that we do want some answers, and I feel like for the process of us healing, we do want to know the why, and I feel like
it's necessary.
Right.
It's a necessary step in healing.
Right. So in Nick's podcast, he was, because the part that he's been in trouble for or gotten in trouble for was a small segment of his podcast, but essentially he was trying to evaluate, why white supremacists or why racist people, what started the hate or what started the
Slavery.
Mistrust, what started this.
Yeah.
And I feel like as a black person, I want those answers too for the healing. Like I would want to know why, like what caused this whole history, like where did it start?
Yeah, because we don't learn this in school.
Right.
History doesn't have it laid out to us. You know, all they do is just tell us what happened during that time and what we went through.
Yeah.
But no reason as to why.
Yeah. And honestly, this lack of information leads us to develop some conspiracy theories. You know, we're trying to evaluate it on our own. This is something that we can learn from this situation. We can learn that we need to have this conversation with the counterparts. We actually need to have this conversation with white people. We need to have these conversations with Jews,
or
particularly
racist white people.
Yeah, I mean, if a racist white person would actually sit in a room with a black person and explain, you know, where it comes from, where the hate comes from, because this is something that we need to be answered, because I feel like it causes a part of the trauma and the stress and for us to move past this, I feel like we would want to know why. So Nick Cannon was on to something, but I feel like the only way we can really not offend anybody or have misleading information is if we're actually speaking to the person.
To the persons with those issues.
Yeah, so I would have wanted to see the same exact conversation take place without white supremacists, without even a white person who might have more insight, even if a white person who is not racist but have an idea of what caused this. Like if a white person is willing to sit, because I feel like having these difficult conversations is necessary, bottom line. Like we can't skirt around it forever, but it's just our approach and the way how we bring the information across and our distress and confusion. We still have to be careful as a black community, as you said, like now is the time that we have to be really careful.
So the why is very important, and it is a big part of the healing process.
Another thing that I really loved was the support that Nick Cannon received when he was fired or terminated publicly. One thing I appreciated was the fact that the black community did give him his support. I feel like during this time, this is necessary and it shows unity again. So, I mean, that's commendable, and I commend Diddy. He posted this quote here in support of Nick Cannon, and a lot of other people did come out and support Nick Cannon. In the same breath, there was a lot of people in our community who was bashing him and saying negative things about him, and I feel like that is not helpful. So let's focus on helping each other. Even when our brothers are doing something wrong, we can still assist them, and you know, it's a learning process, and we have to be gentle while we're going through this whole process.
And I mean, one thing that we can really learn from this or take away from this is how he handled himself in the situation. He actually, you know, he gave a genuine apology, and how we know it's genuine is because he actually recognized that he made a mistake, right? He accepted that, and he apologized for it. And not only that, he also expressed that, you know, he's gonna step away for a bit and take the time to learn the history, you know, the history that is associated with this anti-Semitic term. You know, he's talking to Jews, leaders in their community, and this is good. This is conversations that need to happen. You know, he can learn something from them, and maybe he can impart some knowledge onto them about our struggles, you know, and kind of, this is the unity and the equality that we're fighting for right now. So I feel like that's really commendable. If opposing leaders would actually learn this technique, you know, once you make a mistake in the public eye, if you can actually genuinely recognize that, you know, oh, I did something wrong here,
and I offended somebody.
And genuinely apologize, the world would be a much better place.
And seek to be informed, because that's what he's doing now. He's in the process of, you know, meeting with Jewish leaders and educating himself, and that's what we need to do, because we don't know everything.
We all have cultural blind spots.
Right.
So these conversations are necessary. This is how we learn about each other so that we can coexist.
Right. And then actually alleviating these cultural blind spots and actually communicating, this is what we actually need to move forward, and we won't be offending people and doing things that's hurtful to each other, but actually showing love. One more thing. Breonna Taylor, she, just as how quickly we were quick to identify where Nick Cannon went wrong and quickly fix it. Breonna Taylor's case and the cops that killed her is still pending.
No arrest.
Yeah, no arrest. We're still seeking justice for Breonna Taylor. So I hope that in the same breath, we could see that same kind of quick response to when someone does something wrong to the Black community. So that's where the equality comes in. We will speak out when we're doing wrong, and we'll apologize when we are wrong. Yeah, we're expecting the same kind of response from the injustice that we're seeing in the Black community also. So justice for Breonna Taylor. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed our response to
our views on this topic.
As you guys already know, we're open to a discussion, different opposing opinions.
Right.
Comment down below. Comment down below.
If you want to show us another side to this, teach us something that we don't know.
Yeah.
Comment, please.
Yeah, we're in the learning process.
Yeah, we are.
We are in the learning process. It's a lot
Facts.
to learn, but just
Facts.
the interest in learning is important. So,
Yeah.
hope you guys enjoyed this video. And we'll see you guys next week in the next Buzz of the Week. Bye.